There's one table on Briggs and Stratton's own website that tells you more about a mower engine than any spec sheet ever will. The warranty schedule. Boring, legal, buried. But read it closely, and you catch them saying the quiet part out loud. Take their cheapest engine, run it in your own backyard, and it's covered for 2 years. Run it to make money, a crew, a rental, and that exact same engine, same block, same everything, drops to 90 days. That's not fine print. That's Briggs telling you, in writing, how long they expect it to last under real work. Then, sitting near the top of that same page is the engine they stand behind for 3 full years, no matter who's running it or how hard they push it. One of those was built for your Saturday. The other was built for the guy who runs it into the ground 5 days a week and expects it to start again on Monday. And you were probably only ever shown the first one. A big box retailer needs mowers that hit a price point, on a pallet, in volume, sold without a service department behind them. A dealer sells to someone who runs that machine 4 days a week and needs it fixed by Thursday. 2 completely different buyers, so every one of these manufacturers built a separate line for each. The problem is only one of those lines ever reaches most homeowners. Walk into a big box store, and you're almost always shopping the residential tier. The commercial tier exists, same catalog, same company, but it lives behind a dealer counter you were never told to visit. So when someone says Briggs is junk or Honda is bulletproof, they're not really talking about a brand. They're talking about whichever tier of that brand they happen to run into. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you which tier is which, how to spot the difference in about 10 seconds once you know what you're looking at and what actually separates them under the hood. You'll know exactly what to check on your own engine so nobody can sell you the wrong tier again. And the one engine the people who fix these things all day refuse to run anything but, the one they take home for their own yard, where there's no sale to make and nothing to prove. That last one might surprise you. Start with the company whose paperwork opened this video, because Briggs is the clearest example of the split. The Intech is the engine on an enormous share of American lawn tractors. It's the default. It's what the entry-level riding mower on the showroom floor is running, and it's the reason so many people have a Briggs opinion in the first place. Now, I'm going to be careful here because there's a lot of internet folklore about specific Intech internals and failure mechanisms, and I couldn't verify the material specifications through Briggs's own documentation. I'm not going to repeat a metallurgy claim I can't source. What I can point you to is Briggs's own warranty schedule and where the Intech falls on it relative to everything else in that table. Because here's the part almost nobody covering this topic mentions. Briggs also builds the Vanguard, same company, same catalog, and it's a completely different engine. V-twin overhead valve design, a Durabore cast iron cylinder sleeve, full pressure lubrication with a spin-on oil filter, an oil cooler, advanced debris management, a centrally located oil pump and pickup, a heavy-duty cylinder and sump, a dynamically balanced crankshaft, and an industrial-grade solenoid shift starter. Full pressure lubrication with a spin-on filter is the detail to hold on to. That's an oil system that filters and pressure feeds like a car engine rather than relying on splash. It's one of the clearest dividing lines between residential and commercial construction anywhere in this category, and Briggs backs it with 36 months of commercial coverage, 144 times the 90 days on the bottom row. That's not marketing. That's the manufacturer's own risk assessment, published in a document with a revision date on it. You'll find the Vanguard on commercial equipment through dealers. Skag, for instance, lists the Vanguard Big Block on select Mower models. It's also sold as a standalone replacement engine, which matters if you've got a machine with a good deck and a dead power plant. One more piece of context that belongs in any honest Briggs conversation, and I've never seen anyone in this niche mention it. Briggs and Stratton filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on July 20th, 2020, and entered an agreement to sell substantially all of its assets to KPS Capital Partners for approximately $550 million. The U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Eastern District of Missouri approved the transaction on September 15, 2020, and the sale completed that same month, with the acquired business exiting Chapter 11. The company emerged unencumbered by more than $900 million of prior obligations. The Briggs and Stratton Selling Engines today is a private equity-owned company that came through a Section 363 asset sale. That's not a knock on the current product. It's a fact you should have when you're weighing what a 100-year-old badge is actually promising you. Now let's talk about Kohler. Kohler is where the two-tier rule gets its most dramatic illustration, and where something happened recently that almost nobody has told homeowners about. The Courage was Kohler's residential single. It's the engine that generated most of the complaints you'll find attached to the Kohler name in homeowner circles. I'm not going to walk you through a specific internal failure mechanism because I could not confirm one through Kohler's own technical documentation, and I'd rather tell you that than repeat a story I can't stand behind. What I can tell you is what Kohler's commercial engine looks like next to it. The Command PRO is the professional grade line, 4-cycle, single-cylinder, overhead valve, air-cooled, with an aluminum head and crankcase and a cast iron cylinder liner. Step up to the V-twins and you get cast iron cylinder liners, full pressure lubrication with a spin-on full-flow oil filter, an engine-mounted oil cooler, hardened crankshaft journals, hydraulic valve lifters, a PTO thrust bearing, a heavy-duty air cleaner, and a high-efficiency fan and screen. The smaller Command PRO units carry a cast iron cylinder liner, a cyclonic air filter, and dual oil fill locations. Same brand you saw on the Courage. Nothing else in common. On warranty, I have to be straight with you. It varies by model, and the published figures aren't consistent. Some Command PRO models are listed with a 3-year commercial warranty. At least one V-twin is listed at 2 years. A Kohler full-line brochure footnotes a PRO performance warranty at 3 years consumer, 1 year commercial. 3 different answers depending on which document you're holding. So don't take a number off a YouTube video. Mine included. Pull the spec sheet for the exact model number you're looking at. Now the thing nobody's saying, Kohler Engines isn't Kohler anymore. Kohler Energy became a standalone business in May 2024 when Platinum Equity completed a transaction with Kohler Company, and on September 17, 2024, it officially rebranded under a new corporate name, Raelco. Platinum Equity is the majority owner. Kohler Company remains an investment partner. Kohler Power Systems and Kohler Engines led that transition, becoming Raelco branded by the end of 2024. Through 2025, the product line has been shifting from the familiar beige to a gray and blue color scheme. This is already on store shelves. Tractor Supply currently lists these engines as Kohler Raelco Command PRO Commercial Series. If you're shopping right now and looking for the Kohler badge you remember, understand that the engine division is operating under different ownership and a different name than the plumbing company that made the name famous. While we're here, one technical footnote worth knowing, because it affects how you read every horsepower number in this category. Kohler rates its general-purpose engine horsepower per SAE 1940, which is calculated with the air cleaner and muffler removed. Actual engine horsepower is lower and is affected by accessories, application, engine speed, and ambient conditions like temperature, humidity, and altitude. That number on the sticker is a laboratory figure, measured under conditions your mower will never operate in. Let's take a look at Honda. Honda has the strongest reputation in small engines, and in the case of the GX, it's earned. Cast iron sleeve construction, industrial grade build, decades of use in equipment that runs all day. Nobody serious argues with the GX, but most American homeowners never bought one. What sat on big box shelves under the Honda name was the GCV, the residential engine, different tier, different construction, different intended duty cycle. And this is where the video I'm competing with, and frankly, most coverage of this topic stops short. Because the GCV has one of the largest consumer safety actions in this entire category, and it's a camshaft problem. On September 14th, 2023, American Honda Motor recalled approximately 391,800 lawnmowers and pressure washer engines through the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission. The products involved were the Honda HRN 216 and HRX 217 K6 lawnmowers and GCV 17/200G 5B pressure washer engines. The stated hazard, improperly manufactured camshafts in the engines, can cause the starter rope to suddenly retract when pulling to start, posing an injury hazard. At the time of that filing, Honda had received 2,197 reports of incidents related to camshaft failures, including 7 reports of minor injuries. The mowers had sold from May 2022 to June 2023 for between $550 and $1,100 at Honda Power Equipment dealers, Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, Northern Tool, and Farm, agricultural, and rental stores nationwide. The pressure washer engines sold from June 2022 to August 2023 for between $370 and $550. Then it grew. On May 2nd, 2024, Honda expanded the recall to include lawnmower replacement engines, about 200 additional units. By that filing, Honda had received 2,966 further reports of incidents related to camshaft failures since the previous recall, in addition to the 2,197 already reported, including 38 reports of minor injuries. Added up, more than 5,100 documented camshaft incident reports and 38 injuries on the residential Honda engine. The remedy in both actions was a free inspection and repair at an authorized Honda Power Equipment dealer. I'm not telling you this to trash Honda. I'm telling you because reputation transfers across tiers and reality doesn't. The GX's record does not cover the GCV, and the federal filings are right there. 2 more things you need on Honda's current status because there's a lot of half information circulating. Honda ended lawnmower production at its North Carolina facility in September 2023, with remaining inventory offered through 2024. But the company stated it would continue selling the rest of its lawn and garden line and industrial-type power products, including GX engines, generators, and water pumps, and continue supporting service and parts operations in the U.S. So the GX didn't go away. Honda mowers did. And Honda came back. At Equip Exposition in October 2024, Honda introduced an all-new line of battery-powered mowers, the HRX, HRN, and HRC walk-behinds, plus a battery-powered zero-turn, going on sale at select Honda Power Equipment dealers in 2025, with the zero-turn built in North Carolina. If somebody tells you Honda left the mower business, that was true for about a year. Which brings us to the engine that gets crowned in every video like this one, and to the mistake almost all of them make. The Kawasaki FR is a genuinely good engine. Cast iron cylinder liners, spherical combustion chambers, a high-performance lubrication system, an internally vented carburetor with a fuel shutoff solenoid, overhead V-valves, and a rotating grass screen. But it is not the commercial engine, and Kawasaki has never claimed it was. Read Kawasaki's own description of the FR line: torque and power that's ideal for residential mowing and at-home lawn work. Compact, nimble, and durable. A great choice for homeowners looking to invest in quality equipment. Now here's Kawasaki on the FX. Heavy-duty engines built for the tough jobs, precision crafted every step of the way, from initial pressure casting to final individual inspection. Components are premium quality. Power delivery is tested, confirmed, and SAE certified. When your job, your product, or your reputation demands your best, these are the Kawasaki engines to get. The FX series spans 16 models, topping out at 38.5 horsepower. The mid-duty FS series has 6, with the most powerful being the FS 730V at 24 horsepower. And here's the detail that gives the whole game away. Kawasaki lists the same applications for the FX as the FS, with one exception. The FX omits lawn and garden tractor usage. Kawasaki doesn't even list its commercial engine for homeowner tractors. The line between the tiers is drawn in the manufacturer's own application chart. So when the question is what the professionals actually run, the answer isn't the FR, it's the FX. And on the Briggs side, the Vanguard. Now let me show you what Kawasaki says separates a premium engine from a cheap one, because they wrote it down, and it's the most specific engineering statement any of these manufacturers has made publicly. From Kawasaki's own FAQ, answering whether all general-purpose engines are made the same way. No. Kawasaki crankcases are high-pressure die cast, a more demanding method than typical sand casting. Crankshafts are forge-quality cast iron, not powdered metal. Gaskets are high-temp silicone or metal instead of paper. Pistons are ultra-light alloy with a racing motorcycle heritage. Flywheels are heavy cast iron to absorb shock and maintain blade speed. Everyone who assembles an engine also inspects it, and every finished engine, not just a sample, is test run. One more, since the "it's all made overseas now" line gets thrown around constantly. Most Kawasaki engines are assembled from foreign and domestic parts at Kawasaki Motors Manufacturing Corporation, USA, at its plant in Missouri. And on how horsepower gets measured, Kawasaki takes a different route than the J1940 figure we talked about earlier. Kawasaki. Critical power engines are horsepower tested following the SAEJ 1995 method, verified by the TUV Rhineland Group, then certified to the SAEJ 2723 protocol, the first in the general-purpose engine category to carry accurate certified power by SAE. Now, fairness cuts both ways, and Kawasaki has recall history too. On October 26, 2023, Kawasaki Motors Manufacturing Corporation, USA of Maryville, Missouri, recalled about 954 engines through CPSC, model year 2023. FR 730V, FR 69, 1V, and FR 651V. The fuel tube could have been damaged due to improper workmanship while removing the fuel tube for repair, which could cause a fuel leak, posing fire and burn hazards. The remedy was a free repair. No incidents or injuries were reported. The affected machines were sold under Arians as the Icon, Icon Onyx, and Apex, Gravely as the ZTX, ZTXL, ZTHD, and ZTHD Stealth, Husqvarna as the TS142, TXD, TS242, TXD, TS242XD, Z248F, and Z254F. John Deere as the Z330M and Z330R, and Red Max as the RZT48. The recall notice is RP230415, and the engine model and serial numbers are located on the engine fan housing. There's a second one worth knowing about if you're shopping used commercial equipment. In October 2019, Kawasaki recalled about 1,100 FT73 OVE-FI engines used on Ferris mowers because a high-pressure fuel line could be damaged and create a potential fire hazard. No injuries were reported. And this is where the numbers get interesting. Kawasaki's recall involved 954 engines. Honda's residential engine recall involved 391,800. Both are recalls. They are not the same event. But when one affects hundreds and the other affects hundreds of thousands, it's a reminder that not all engine categories live in the same world. Everything up to here is useless if you can't tell what's sitting in your own garage. So let's fix that, because it comes down to a tag and the first two letters on it. Find the tag first. On a Kawasaki, it's on the engine housing. On a Honda, the serial's engraved on a flat spot on the engine, with the model and serial also printed on a label at the upper rear of the deck on the walk behinds. Now read the prefix. On a Kawasaki, FR is the residential line, and FX is the heavy-duty commercial one, the same two letters that decided everything we just covered. On a Honda, GCV is residential, and GX is industrial. And if yours reads GCV and you bought it new in 2022 or 2023, check your serial against the CPSC recall notices, because that's a free repair you may still be owed. On a Briggs, look for the word Vanguard. No Vanguard means you're on the residential side of that warranty table. On a Kohler, look for command PRO, and if the engine's gray and blue and says Railco, that's just the current branding, not a knockoff. But here's the part that'll annoy some people, and it needs saying. The tier doesn't decide everything. Maintenance is a co-author of how long any of these engines live. There are plenty of neglected FX engines that died before a well-kept Intech ever hiccuped. Kawasaki's own guidance is blunt about it. Regular service of the air filter, the oil filter, and the cooling system is the best way to extend engine life. And the cooling system is the one everybody skips. Air-cooled engines shed heat through fins and a screen, and when those pack solid with clippings, the engine runs hot every single time you use it. Fuel's the next hard line. Regular pump gas at 10% ethanol is fine, but E15 and E85 can damage a small engine and void the warranty outright, and premium does nothing for performance. Store fuel longer than 2 weeks. Stabilize it first. And parts aren't as interchangeable as people assume. A generic filter that doesn't seal is exactly how abrasive dust gets into a cylinder you paid a premium for. Then there's the ownership math nobody runs. And this part's my arithmetic, not a manufacturer figure. A homeowner mowing a half-acre weekly is looking at roughly 45 minutes a cut, maybe 30 cuts a season, call it 20 to 25 hours a year. At that rate, even a modest hour count spans years, and the thing that actually kills most homeowner mowers isn't hours. It's 10 winters of untreated fuel, a filter nobody changed, and cooling fins packed solid. Run that same math on a commercial crew, and it flips. 25 hours a week instead of a year, which is exactly why a pro cares about full pressure lubrication and an oil cooler when you might not. So, the only mower engine that won't die. Strictly speaking, there isn't one. Every engine here has a recall, a failure mode, or a warranty limit. And anyone who tells you otherwise is selling something. But there's a category built on the assumption it'll be repaired instead of replaced. And by that standard, the answer is the Kawasaki FX on one side and the Briggs and Stratton Vanguard on the other, with the Kohler Relco Command PRO in the same conversation depending on the model. Not the FR, not the Intech, not the GCV, not the Courage. Those are the homeowner tier, built to a homeowner's budget, which is perfectly legitimate as long as somebody actually tells you that's what you're buying. So if you've got a machine now, go read the tag. If you're buying, ask the dealer which tier the engine's in. Then check the answer against the manufacturer's own site before you sign anything. And if this saved you from a purchase you'd have regretted, subscribing helps the next person find it before they're standing in the aisle guessing.